To you by Awards Unlimited. Personalized product, personalized service.
Hi, I'm Laurie Borle, and welcome to the very first episode of the Overthink Tank. Here with me today is Gil Allen. He is a theater and screen artist. Gil is here to talk about shopping carts. Gil, why are we talking about shopping carts?
Well, as you know, the premise of your show here is that we talk about things that bother us, annoy us, cause us to think less about the decorum of society. So one of my irritations is, and I've never been a germaphobe until the COVID experience.
Yeah.
And then I became quite aware of that. And all of the supermarkets would go to great lengths to sanitize the shopping carts, which they no longer do. But I think that it's something that we as a culture, as a society, need to continue doing, at least for part of the year. From October through March, there's kind of a 6-month window that we call the flu season, the seasonal flu. And, during the COVID lockdowns, we just about completely wiped out the entire flu season. Nobody during the lockdowns got the flu because there was no interaction and everything was being sanitized and things were clean. And I think it would be so much, while it may not be life-threatening or lethal, it would be so much nicer if the shopping carts were sanitized and cleaned to cut down on the amount of germs being transferred. Also, I've noted that people will set their children in the top part of the shopping cart, and because it's got a little ride-em chair for the wee ones, for the tykes. And I watch children chew on the handles.
Ew.
And lick and that sort of thing. And I'm thinking, oh, those handles are so gross as they are. And of course, now with the kids doing it, they're sticky, but who knows what kind of bacteria and bugs the kids are picking up. But what really, really made me aware and concerned was, and it's a bit of a distasteful subject, but if you've ever been in a public restroom for men,
oh no,
I would say that more than 50% of the men do not wash their hands after a visit in the men's room. Regardless of their activity in there, they will skirt the sinks, the soap, the water. And for that reason alone, I think that it's really important that we sanitize the shopping carts or any of these high-touch areas, not so much as a concern about COVID, but as a concern about all other bacteria.
I'm kind of more worried about the other things now, even more so than the flu and COVID. Guys don't wash their hands?
Guys don't wash their hands.
Disgusting.
I mean, nobody spends a lot of time in there, but if you spend any amount of time, you will see that, especially the larger places, a lot of guys just skip it and rush right out. And I have been to, certainly one of the world's largest shopping malls, and used a public facility there and witnessed a large number of guys leave the restroom and go straight to the food court, straight back into the food court.
Oh.
And so I have a concern. And I just think this is, it doesn't hurt for us as a society or as a culture is to sanitize something that's going to have a lot of touch, a lot of action, and that's the shopping cart. So it is one of my pet peeves. I think about it all the time. And since COVID, my wife and I have always carried some kind of sanitizer, and so we'll clean the cart that we're using. So at least it breaks the bacterial chain for a while.
Yeah, at least for you guys and for the next people taking it. My mom and dad do that too. Not only that, during COVID, they were washing their groceries as well, I might add.
Yes.
Yeah. But they do still. They have their baby wipes in their in their purse, in her purse, and away she goes. Has to wipe that cart down every single time, and washes with soap and water as soon as she gets home, and the whole bit. But let me add about the ladies. In a lot of the ladies' washrooms, they actually have. I think the women are washing their hands maybe a little bit more than the men. I'm guessing because I don't see that too much. But they have this little attachment on the bottom of the door so that you don't even have to touch the handle, because women are pretty picky, and we wash our hands, then we go with a paper towel because we don't want to touch that handle, and then we pull it with the paper towel, and there's a basket right there so that we don't throw it on the floor.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I never thought of myself as a germaphobe, but bathrooms are where it,
Well, it's just one of those areas that I think, is so important. Many years ago, I used to, I was one of the producers for the Stollery telethon, to raise money for the Children's Hospital. And I got to see an awful lot of infection control and sanitization at the hospital level. So I became very aware of high touch areas, and they take it very seriously, of course, being a hospital and dealing with compromised immune systems and so on. But I picked up a few tips, and every time I go into a supermarket, I look at the shopping carts and go, that is such a bad spot.
Yes.
I
spent a great deal of time in the Stollery as well with my son, so I learned a lot about the high germ contact areas as well. And we were also part of a Stollery fundraiser. I might have crossed paths with you even longer ago than what we've known each other.
Maybe we have.
Yeah, it's just dawned on me right now. Wow, small world, isn't it?
It is.
All right. Now, do you think that you being in theater and screen, do you have a little bit of a different take on this kind of thing? Or just...
the show must go on. So I have been involved with a number of live stage plays where entire casts are suffering from the latest virus, the flu, whatever, the cold. We go to great lengths to try and avoid all of that, because there's nothing worse than trying to perform and you're ill. And no actor wants to infect an entire cast or crew. So most actors, most people in show business are very germ conscious or health conscious, because it's kind of your duty to be so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe that's where a little bit of it comes from. And I don't know, it was just one of the things that I recall being at Costco one time, literally watching this guy hose down shopping carts with some kind of antibacterial spray.
Wow.
And he was using a commercial grade insecticide container. It was, of course, new and clean and didn't have insecticide. They'd filled it with some kind of alcohol-based antibacterial agent. But he washed the entire shopping cart down. Every single one of them, I thought, wow, they're really taking this seriously during the COVID years.
Oh, I was just going to ask that.
And now, nothing.
I know. It went from one extreme to the next,
To the other. Yeah.
Even in the school system where the kids were, if they had the slightest sniffle, they had to go home, slightest cough. And now it's, they're coming to school and, I was pretty sick this morning, but I'm here, So I think as a society, we've gone almost too much the other way again, But I always wonder too, I'm a soap and water girl. So what I would love to see is, I'd love to see those wipes come out that just have soap and water mix, because I'm not so much big on the chemicals, I remember during COVID, I don't know about you, but my hands were just cracked up and even bleeding from using all the wipes all the time and washing down and spraying down. It was the sanitizer.
The alcohol drying it out. So
much. It was.
We just need more aloe vera, then you get nice soft hands and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, we could do a commercial for that too.
Perfect. Perfect.
Well, Gil, this has been a real pleasure having you on the very first Overthink Tank. I would love to see you again sometime. Are you game?
I'll be back. 100%.
Awesome. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, Laurie. Cheers.